Big up, it's your boy, Mark, an MUFC fan, and you know what it is. Smash those likes and subscribe, people. Your boy is here, back with some updates, and I've got some buddies jumping in today. It's going to be an interesting discussion, of course. We're going to be talking about some of the transfer rumors. Marcus Rashford to Liverpool. I've never heard more stupidness than that in my life. I'm not going to be mad if you believe that, though, but it's something that, I would say to you guys. It's not happening. It's not likely. It's not even remotely possible. You know what I'm saying? But big up to each and every one of you joining. I know I haven't done much streams the last couple of days, but there's not much change in the news. And I'm not going to come here and just repeat the same rubbish to you guys over and over because it's a waste of your time and it's a waste of mine. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys are having a great day. Big up to each and every one of you. Of course, interesting news. There is a transfer battle coming in for Garnacho. Several clubs are interested, including Aston Villa. There's also some other clubs interested in Germany as well. There's clubs in Italy still pondering if they need to sign a player like Garnacho. And of course, we know Chelsea, even though they signed Bino Gittins, they are still somewhat interested in Alejandro Garnacho. Let's see what happens. Will it be the key that unlocks the transfer summer for INEOS? Because currently, I would say, guys, they are failing. And they have been failing for a long time. Plenty poor decision makings. And of course, we've seen the results. We went from 8th to 15th. Of course, last season, we could have said we had an injury crisis. So we see what happened there. But we still won a cup and we were disappointed. But this season, 15th, nothing to show from it, no Europe, and they have not brought players in for this manager. Of course, we know preseason, might have this amazing ring tape, but in reality, the first 3 weeks is a lot of running, and more running, and not really that much coaching. So I can tell you guys, while I do hope the players come in early for this manager, because when he does start coaching, it will be good for everyone to be on the same page. It's not that necessary. But they have not shown a guile. They have not shown any creation, any innovation. Ineos have been doing things on the cheap. They're begging clubs for their players, and they're begging them to take money now and pay installments. And everyone knows that when you pay on hire purchase and you buy whatever it is, you're gonna have to pay a bit extra. I'm pretty sure you have Klarna. Well, these guys, they're always talking to Klarna. Maybe Klarna should be the shirt sponsor, not Snapdragon, because they're always on layaway. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? We tried to sign Gyokeres. His priority is Arsenal. We tried to sign Leo Derap as our priority, and he's already at Chelsea. Have we not been embarrassed enough, guys? Have we not been embarrassed enough? Of course, we're here, the fans, the faithful, backing our manager, you know, on Ineos's throat, making sure that they do the job that they promised. They've promised a lot of amazing things and have accomplished very little so far of these promises. I'm pretty shocked the fans are not turning on them as much as they are right now. It's an interesting situation, and I'm really, really not understanding what's happening because they promised Giovanni Quenda, they promised Gyokeres. They promised another player. They promised this. They promised titles in 2028. They promised that their budget has been planned with Europa League every season in mind. And we have no Europa. Gyokeres is waiting on Arsenal. Fender is at Chelsea. What are they really doing, guys? You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of long talks, PR. A lot of YouTubers are in on this, guys. It has to be because why else would we be frenzied in this manner for no apparent reason? I'm gonna bring my buddy Bally Tech in the building. Big up to the great one. I hope you're having a great one, everyone. Big up to my brother in the building. And big up to Bally Tech. Bally, broski. What are you saying? I'm gonna bring you live now, bro. I'm just switching the scene. What's good?
Yo, yo, big up to the great one. Big up everyone in the chat. Have no fear. Bally Tech is here. We in the building. What you saying?
Broski, I'm just frustrated, bro. I can't begin to tell you how I just disappointed because of all the big the all these glitz and glamour promises. They're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna sign this one. Pick up to Ray Carl Brown as well. I will drop the link. You might as well make this one a call in for everyone to call in and have their say. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I feel like yeah, we could only talk about it as fans. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. The transfer window is not gone as we expected. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really expect too much, seeing that we didn't get Europa League. You know, us signing Cunha as quick as we did was a shock to me. You know what I mean? Not that he's a bad player, nothing like that, but it's just shocking that we got that deal done so quick. You know, snapped and it was done. However, I still felt like we should have gone, we should have, the release clause, maybe we could have talked to the player somehow, big up to Ilya and Tenno in the building as well, and maybe try to go for Mbuemo. 55 million might have been the mark, might have been the deal that they would have done if that was our first signing. You know, they might have said, hey, we get 55 million, and then boom, we trigger a release clause for Cunha. We have both of them in the door same week, both of them wearing the brand new kit. It would have been amazing. I think that Man United have made bad decisions. Not, I don't think bad decisions on the player they signed, but the order in which they attempted to sign the players, I think, was always going to lead to some difficulties because, as we know, Cunha had a very, very good season, but Mbuemo had what I think it was 10 GA more than Cunha. And last season, he had around the same thing more than Cunha. So it's a weird one in the sense that I feel like Brentford was always going to say to Man United negotiators, yo, this guy has been performing better than that guy. And if you put and while that guy might have a higher ceiling in the for the right now, we can guarantee that this guy going to give you X or Y. You know what I mean? Big up to Ray Carl Brown. Wow, five memberships Ray Carl has contributed. Shout out to Ray Carl. MUFC Rocks received a membership. Craig Warby as well. James Bond. We're also getting a membership. And Young Papi. I haven't seen Young Papi until on the channel recently, but he was on that channel with them guys earlier. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, Bali. And I don't know what Great One saying in chat. Let me drop the link as well, just in case these guys want to come in and have their say as well. But what are your thoughts, Bali Tech, on this transfer window so far? All the reports that you heard and what has transpired since then?
Um, so just to summarize it, obviously we were promised a certain level of attack. We were gonna revamp the attack. Um, Obviously all the rumors indicated that we were prioritizing the lap and Cunha and Mbuemo. So fast forward to when Chelsea got the here we go for the lap. Then we tried to pivot to Gyokeres. I think Gyokeres just quietly told us, like, if it doesn't work out with Arsenal, then I'll come to you. So then Man United tried to pivot to Ekitike in the midst of trying to sign Mbuemo after already completing the deal for Cunha. Then we see that, you know, the message from Ekatike's camp came back. Oh, he's gonna cost 100 million, I think it was initially quoted, right?
Hmm.
Man United said F that, 100 million is not gonna happen. And then they were bouncing around. Ollie Watkins' name came up. Um, and then that just went a little bit quiet. Then we started getting linked with Calvert Lewin. Meanwhile, Brentford was rejecting bids, and then we put in another offer, and then Brentford didn't reject it, but they didn't accept it because they didn't like the terms. They probably wanted more money and more money up front. So till fast forward till now, We still haven't got a striker. We still haven't got Mbuemo. And time is running out. I think we got like a month and a half left or a little bit less than that. And the team is about to play the game against Leeds on the weekend, this weekend coming up. So
Mm-hmm.
we're officially starting pre-season without the bulk of our signings. Um, now we're at this stage of the window. All the signings that we sort of had in our heads, they're the majority of them are out the window. Like at the very most, I can see maybe another two players coming in through the door, given how long it's taking to complete deals. Unless they do two deals at once, I can't really see that happening. So, we just got to watch the space. I'm fingers crossed that Arsenal don't get the hair we go with Gyokeres, still argue over the price, and then Man United comes in and just bitch slaps them by paying more, because obviously we did finish 15th. So we just got to bite the bullet and pay more. I'm ready to pay more rather than going into the next season with a striker none of the fan base want, and it's shit. So I don't want to buy a shit striker, and I don't want to go into the season with a striker we don't want. And obviously, I want us to wrap up in Mbuemo, because I feel like if we have that sort of front three, that will we won't win the title yet. We might not even win the title with them, but it gives us a better chance of fighting to become relevant again. Because I think this is what we're in the battle of now. It's not about the battle of this or the battle of that. It's the battle to become relevant. Because you have to see where we are in the transfer window as it stands. We've got people like Gyokeres, a guy who became, you could say, a world class striker under this manager. Yeah, he under this manager, telling the manager, "Well, I don't want to play for you because of the Champions League." Liam Delap saying, "Well, I don't want to play for you because of the Champions League." So, if them two players have said that, how many more players are going to say that over the next coming years if we don't sort out this Champions League situation? Now, in the past, we've able to convince them and say, "Do you know what? We ain't got Champions League this season, but we'll have it next season." But when you go 2 years in a row without having Champions League, better yet still, no European football whatsoever, yeah, you start going into the abyss where the agents don't trust you, the players don't trust you, and you got to build that trust back up again. Yeah, you have to build that trust back up again, and I feel like
Brother,
we've
sorry
lost
to
our
cut you,
trust.
bro. Sorry to cut you. But I just wanted to mention this. Big up to Peter as well. And Rikal. Big up
Big
to
up,
you,
guys.
bro.
Big up, guys. Evening,
I just
guys.
wanted
Big
to
up.
mention this now. You know, we talk about a guy who we thought we'd have liked to see Man United go after. You know, he playing for Southampton. He was playing for Southampton. They get relegated. Nobody in for him. You know, Atalanta signed this man for 13 million euros, King.
Wow.
Suleimani, you know. Them men, brother, I know pulling it. I know, bro. 13 million euros.
He's gonna cook over there.
Killer.
He's gonna destroy
No, you
defenders
not
over there.
hearing the price, or King? You ain't hearing the
I heard
price?
the price. 13 million euros.
Mm-hmm.
Killer.
That's that's chicken change.
That brother, we paid twice the price for to get that to get his brother boy. Oh my
Yeah, me
goodness,
guys.
bro. Big up Peter, what going on?
Big
We
up,
paid
Peter.
twice the
Alien Teno.
price just to get this dude,
Big up.
you know? Just to sign Dogu. I'm not trying to shade Dogu, but bro, this dude Suleimani, bro, he's a beast, bro.
What's going on here? Hold on.
Big up to Peter in the building. Big up to James Bond as well. Walk on, star.
Can't hear.
West Indies embarrassed me.
Can't
Went
hear,
to
man.
watch them play Australia
Uh,
while I was in Jamaica.
can't
Crazy,
hear.
bro. Yeah, I can hear you, bro. You're live.
Yeah, bro. West Indians. I don't even want to speak about 27 all out. Jesus.
Bro, no, you don't even talk about that. We talking about
No,
Man
exactly,
United.
man.
Bro,
Let's
I
just
No,
find
it's
I'm
out.
fine.
shocked
Pass that
Fine.
James
on.
Bond to hear that, bro. I'm shocked. I can't believe that.
Leave that for another stream, Mark.
I had to call Dwayne and tell him, bro, that he came. Anyway, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna call he. He go laugh. I go laugh too hard at he. But anyway, fellas, how you all feel, bro? Because I know, Cut Bally take off there to talk about Suleiman here, but look at the price, boy. The price points. For me, I
I'm
just
not,
kind of
man.
feel a little patient, fellas. I don't mind
Mm,
signing some taking some risk with some players
Yeah, should be
who
okay.
look good and spend a bit of money. Not much, 13, 15, 20 million. I could buy 5 players for them kind of prices, bro. In my
mm,
team. I will swear to you, bro. Them is the risk I want to take. Man United should be taking. Because these is players who come in with a point to prove. Nobody don't rate them. They want to
mm,
be rated. They had to perform. You know what I mean?
mhm. Well, I mean, it started out well, boys. I think we won the show at the end of the season when we were somehow lapped up a Cunha, and then we were linked with Bruno. I think we made a bit then, and then we were having a links with Gyokeres and this guy, and everybody was thinking, "Wow, is INEOS really keeping up their promise?" And well, fast forward now, it's looking a bit dodgy, boys. I'm not going to tell you a lie. One player in, and all the strikers that we want seems to have going to be linked up by somebody else, and the club is like giving us smiley pictures of training matches and gym sessions and everything like that. And you,
Ray, you there? Is it me? Hello?
No, his internet's moving
Oh,
crazy.
had to be, bro. I was like, what? But I understand where Ray coming from. Ray was talking about that a bit in the group earlier. And I mean, James Bond. Yeah, bro. I was just sorry that you're disappointed there, bro. I never expect that nonsense. But Ollie Watkins would be a good signing. I don't really believe that, Kevin Donovan. Like, he is a technically he has done well, have the amount of goals and stuff he had in the last couple seasons playing. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna bring you back, Ray. Boom.
hold on,
So
boys. So Jim cut me off, boys.
yeah, so Jim say I didn't want to hear that, bro. You know what I mean? We thought it was one of the Glazers was cutting men, sniping men internet sometimes, but Sir Jim, he moving lethal too, cause
Yeah.
Peter's back.
So
Peter internet getting trouble too. There's a whole
yeah,
bunch of things going on here tonight. I mean, Ineos don't know they on target fraud watch right now, so I can't expect anything else if they're sabotaging men right now because
mm,
really and truly, in my honest opinion, I disappointed. The fact that why I disappointed is all the talk.
Oh, fuck.
Best in class this bullshit. Best in class that, you know, prior we go and sign this player. We want to bring the next Mbappe, and then they start, and then it looked like they had no plan anymore. You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
Because they're looking at players who's 19, 18, 20. They're looking at players who's 29, 30, 26. What they really doing?
God, that's
They're
weird.
saying one thing, like
Yeah.
you would think they're going to the
Because
right,
there's no sound on the phone.
but we can hear you, bro. You can hear me, Peter? Peter,
Yeah.
you hearing me? Because I could hear you.
I
I
can hear you too, bro.
um right,
But we
this
could
is weird, guys. I can hear you on my PC, but not on my phone.
I don't know,
Um,
bro. It has happened sometimes. That exactly thing does happen sometimes, bro. Like sometimes I be streaming with Bali, and all of a sudden he stop hearing me, and it'll
yeah,
be wild.
it's weird.
But
Mm.
you know, Alien, it's like I don't know, guys. Like I disappoint.
I'm getting a
I can't
delay
see.
as well.
I all
I'll,
you
I'll,
linked to Nicholas Jackson. That's
I'll just
60
say this,
million
Mark,
pounds.
yeah, quick. And I go,
Good.
when I said to Ballitech, I'll give you £100 on Gyokeres scoring 20 goals for Man United. There was a reason why I said that, wasn't there? Because he was never going to sign for us.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah, I think that the only way
You know, the
Balitech
same
go agree with you,
Ballitech,
you know,
man.
bro.
Right? You know what I mean?
If he really never signed for United, bro. I
You see,
don't
we weren't
understand it
thinking
though,
about
bro.
that, were we?
Like, yeah, I can't understand it. But Ray, Bali, Peter, all the guys in the chat, great one in September. September again, the new StreamYard. But right, I just don't understand it, guys. And I'm being real honest when I say this to all of you. I can't see it. You know, I positive. Until we sign two, three more players, and Mbuemo must be signed. And let me get that straight.
Oh yeah,
I don't care
yeah.
if they spend 75 million now, they only have themselves to blame. Because let's be honest, guys, if you haggling with Brentford, and Brentford say they not take it, they
Yeah.
don't want the payment over 5 years, they want it over four. Just say yes and figure it out.
Exactly.
Figure it out. Yeah. You're going to spend the money anyway, whether you spend it in 3 seasons or you spend it in five. The difference is 10 million earlier or 20 million earlier, bro. I don't care. The fans, we don't care. Spend the money, brother.
You know what?
The club earning it.
You know
Spend
what,
it.
guys? Personally, from my viewpoint, yeah,
Listen,
£60 million for Mbuemo was a fair deal.
Yep.
fair
And
deal.
soon as they said no, we should have just walked away.
Yep.
We should have
Yep.
just left the building.
Yep. And you see, Peter, this is my thing with it. Innit? I mean, I don't mind Sir Jim saying, "Look, and I ain't going to pay 70 million." I get it, but as soon as the people said the second bid was rejected, these men should have walked out and go and look for other
Yeah,
players, not spend 6 weeks because you're running out of time. And when people say, "Oh, well, it don't really
yeah,
matter," it does matter because we're not gonna have a striker to start pre-season, and then we're not going to have a striker to start for Arsenal because you wasted 6 months. I mean, 6 weeks trying to figure out how to get the Raymond deal, which is dead and done. You know what I mean? You're wasting time, and then they do the same mistakes over and over again. Talk about, and then Brother comes out and goes, "Oh yeah, we like to take our time." Yeah, okay, but you're
yeah.
not signing anybody else because you don't work on two deals at once. You have to work on one deal, then you got to go to the next deal, but when you spend almost half of this transfer window on one deal, then you panic and buy. Then you have to look up and go, "Oh God, we have to give Chelsea 70 million for Nicholas Jackson or 90 million for Rasmus or something." And it's like, stop that. Work quicker, man. Work
No
quicker.
chance.
Well, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just looking at the perspective of, okay, like I rate Mbumo. I
You know
understand
what,
it.
guys? I'll just say this quick because I'm getting crazy feedback. So I'll,
Hmm.
because I'll say this right. We finished 15th last season. We've signed one senior. We signed one senior player. We're going to lose players. We have a shit goalkeeper. We have no defense. We have no strikers. And I've been talking to Reds who think we're going to get Champions League football.
Mm,
Seriously,
mm, mm.
what do you want? What do you want? We
Brother,
are relegation
we
fodder.
we had
That's what we
one
are.
chance.
They are the facts. Because if Kuna is going to change his team, he's going to have to be Prime Pally to change his
Brother.
team.
Huh. Cunha gonna have to pull out a season like Kaka in 2006, bro.
Know what I mean?
Or two,
See you later, boys. I've
remember
got to
that
go
season
because the
with when
feedback's
Kaka
crazy.
buried two on Man United
Okay,
and
big up.
take AC
Big up.
Milan to the Champions League final? He gotta be like Prime Kaka in that year, bro. I'm telling you. But you know what I mean? He's a Brazilian, so it had to be there. It there, it's in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I
Mark,
looking at it from this perspective.
sorry, Mark. You're not disappointed that we always have to. Always one man always have to be relied on. This is like football, isn't
Anyways,
it?
I mean,
Yeah,
like I know, I can't don't speak on this, guys, because I always talk about us. You know what I mean? I always talking about us signing players, adding to the quality we have in the pitch. Where is the planning to add to what we have currently going on? We are not planning that way. We are not making signings in such a way that we building up a team. You understand?
exactly,
We just
exactly, man.
signing a bunch of singular players whenever we could sign a player, and that's all it is.
And that don't
Now I
work.
could see what Cunha bring coming to the team to do. I could see where Cunha will be valuable, not only just playing as a 10. He could possibly supplement as a striker. He could play even as a 8 because of his ability to carry the ball so well. And I could understand Mbuemo. But when you say we should move on, yeah, these brothers not even having a proper option, boy. So to move on is to what? You
This is the
understand? Because
problem.
they let Man City sign Turkey,
This is
yeah,
the problem. This is the
right?
problem.
Who they going to move on to? Oh, they going to move on to Rodgers. That club want Aston Villa going to want like 80 million for Rodgers. Yeah. Who they going
This is
to
the
move
problem
on
for them.
to in DM? The youth man
Exactly.
from Palace. Palace want 100 M's for he.
But this
You
is the problem
understand?
because they spend too many time. They can't move on, so they have to see it through because they don't lose so many people. And then if they're gonna say, "Oh, we'll walk away now," they're gonna have to pay even more than what they want to pay for
Bro, but
Bruno.
this is why. This is why they're supposed to be smarter. This is why they're supposed to
Exactly.
sign the cheap options. Yeah, the second priorities first. Like man, like Turkey. We could have signed Turkey for 22 million euros, King.
Exactly.
22 million euros. That same brother I talk with me and Balitek always talking about Suleimani that eat euro for breakfast. Yeah.
13
We
million.
should have signed he in January, bro. Because brother showing you he could run down that left wing and he could be rampant. Dogu, none of them had nothing on he. He better than both of them put together. Yeah. 13 million euros Atalanta signed he for. That dog money, that ain't £7 million, boy. Even if we did pay 13 million pounds. Oh gosh. Ray, guys, fellas, Bali, all of y'all in the chat. Yeah, I can't begin to understand what is going on at Man United. Are they ignoring the scouting department? Are they just basing everything on data? Because you can't play football on paper. Nico Dominguez is an interesting player, but it's a situation where, you know what I mean, United will not go in for a player like at that age. Well, I don't know because they signed Cunha, but at the same time, is one of those players going on his second contract. Shit, hold on. Uh, Cunha is one of those players going on his second contract, and it's expected that Cunha will want to do his best and to show his best, and he will work twice as hard as he was on his first contract. So
Is that the Mingers at Nottingham Forest, you mean?
yeah, Eddie Dominguez at Nottingham Forest. He talking about?
Oh,
He's
he's
an
cold.
interesting
He's
player.
cold.
He's not
He's a
bad.
cold player. He's
Huh?
cold. He's cold.
He,
He's cold. He's good.
yeah, he's not bad at all. I would take him. And like Bali, like we always talk about it, priority players, and if you had to sign up an extra player in a position, you know what I mean? You also said, you wouldn't mind them, if they're not getting this option that they want right now at striker or in this position, move along in the team to another priority position that you would have come about that you might be able to access right now. Because we're
Exactly.
rebuilding our team. And I don't disagree with that. But you can't. But when you calling out names like Callum Wilson, Calvert Lewin, and these kind of signings, it's like we shopping in the bargain bin.
Yeah, I'd rather not get a striker if we're gonna do that. I'd rather just say, okay, we'll leave it till next winter or next summer. and then go and sign like a Belieber or someone along them lines, like a top level midfielder. Use the striker money, get a top level midfielder, and then move on. If we're
100.
gonna sign Estupinian or whoever else, another goalkeeper, go and do that as well.
Bro, I would not mind signing a Stupinian more than ever now because, bro, I didn't even know. I can't believe Atalanta signed this brother and I even hear about it, boy. I mad, you know. You ain't know that bother me, you know. I might can't continue the stream like I was normally intended to do, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it bothers me, right? That like that's like one that slips through the cracks because no one actually thought, oh, let's go and sign this guy. An Italian club came all the way here and signed him. Yeah. When they go and win something, or when he does well, then they get the opportunity to sell him back to another European club for 60, 70, 80 million, because that's what's going to happen.
Bro, he is going to bang at Atalanta. When I say bang, brother, he is going to tear apart the Italian league next season, King.
Yeah,
Because plenty of
he's
them
gone
Italian
to
defenders, say I might have say he destroy Euro, but Euro have plenty recovery reflexes. You understand?
Euro is
All right.
fast. So for him to get terrorized in the fashion that he got terrorized in, those Italian defenders, I feel sorry for them. Yeah, I feel so. Because the thing is, yeah, imagine you're going into training, the manager's training you hard, you're vomiting everything, and then he's like, "Yeah, so right, this is how you're gonna mark Suleimane," and then man's like, "Yo, Suleimane, bruv, I haven't even got the legs to keep up with him."
Yeah, he's
Them
dangerous.
defenders are
Dangerous.
in trouble. They're in trouble.
Yeah.
He's
We
gonna do
can
what? Because remember, the likes of Xerxes, he was doing whatever he wanted over there.
yeah. And
So
this brother quicker.
Suleimane is going to go there and do whatever he wants. Lukeman, who struggled in the Prem, he went over there and started doing whatever he wanted. So I'm pretty sure that Suleimane is going to tear that league a new one. And in the meanwhile, he'll perfect his shooting and everything else. And then he'll
Mm.
move on to bigger and better things.
Is where that bigger and better things is. He should have been moving on to Man United, bro, for that 13 million euros or 13 million pounds. I don't care. Stu, big up this to Wally in the chat, guys. Don't forget Tactical Devils when you guys have time. You know, it's the late show, but it's a good show. Check them
I
out.
think
And then
Never forget.
we're
Big
gonna
up to
put us.
Rajat Felicia and Danny B in the chat as well. You know, tonight, Rajat, we're talking about, you know, the different things. I would say, you know, INEOS is failing, in my honest opinion. You know, I'm disappointed by the level of intent shown by this board to secure signings. And whether it is the A list or the B list, first choice priority or the secondary option, I think Amarim should have at least two or three signings by now. We still have
Oh yeah.
players to lose on their way out. We still have players that already walked out the door and players that probably might leave at the end of the window. Of course, we could supplement with some youth, but we sorely needed some experience in this team, especially in the and around the attacking front line. And yeah, Rajat, it has not been done. Bro, you always late. But I know why. StreamYard is be shitty. Big up to Drex in the building. So, you know, Drex, since you now come, I'll give you the floor. You know what I mean? We criticizing in your Sunday transfer tactics, the unkept promises. What are your thoughts on the transfer window thus far? How do you feel going into the season? I mean, we finished 15th. I mean, there's reports on Mbuemo's fee being increased to 70 million. Of course, we know we haven't really actually offered 60 million. It's 55 million plus 5. Will they offer 55 million plus 15 to make up 70? I don't know. But I just think it's a lot of incompetence to go around. I feel like we took too long to do this deal or to agree a deal with these people because sometimes, you know, you have to give to get. And a lot of our signings are either lost, signed for other clubs, and or moved on or waiting on other clubs' decision. And I don't know if you hear me and Bally Tech talk about Suleiman Drex, but the guy that was playing for Southampton that made Euro look really, really in distress in that game, he's gone to Atalanta for 13 million euros. Interesting times.
Yep. Yeah, for me, I'm gonna sound a little bit supportive of not throwing not like 100%, but just trying to understand why things are a little bit slow, right? I'm not trying to make people. I'm not forcing my opinion on anybody. I'm just trying to understand why and make people understand why things are a little bit slow. We have we have 3, 4 players that needs to be out of the football club. They I was talking with Tesh the other day and I was trying to do the calculations. I'm like, yo, I'm no accountant, but I'm thinking with the way these guys are thinking, I think they are looking at costs, cutting or saving, penny pinching. We all know they like to wherever they see where if they find a place where they could save a few millions, they would do it. And this with this whole Mbuemo thing, having 4 or 5 players that you need to push out that are deemed surplus to requirement, and you're still paying their wages and what's not. It just makes sense that this Mbuemo deal is dragging to and will drag onto maybe two of those 5 are out of the football club. Let's say if they sell Rashford today or Garnacho today, I feel like Mbuemo's deal will be done the next day. That's how I feel. But one shouldn't forget that the mess that we are in. Right, first of all, I should state this: that most of us on this platform, this community, most of us never wanted INEOS. However, Glazers found a way to con everybody to thinking there was a Sheikh Jassim in the business. There was no Sheikh Jassim, in my opinion. I don't know what people believe, but I don't think there was a Sheikh Jassim. It was just um, staging
Yeah,
two different buyers because they know that they needed help, and that help was Sajim. Okay, that being said, mismanagement for over 10 years, it's not going to get fixed. I keep saying this, it's not going to get fixed in one summer transfer window or one or two or even three. Um, the wrongs of the past needs to be rewritten in a better way. We can't be giving stupid wages to average players, and that's what we are seeing. It even shocked me the day Tesh and I was speaking. That was 2 days ago when he said, do I know that Malasia is on 75K a week?" I'm like, "What did you say?" Yes, he said 75K a week, and I'm like, "This is the stupid thing that is actually hurting us right now." Yes, they've been slow on the bringing in players to suit the manager that they picked. They've been slow on actually trying to back him. But on the other hand, for one, I'm understanding that okay, you have to move some players out to bring some players in. Not much is case of sell to buy, but much of freeing the squad. Because guess what? We are not in the Europe. We are not in Europa League. We're gonna play FA Cup or Carling Cup. That's not gonna start in like what, maybe 4 months into the season, right? So there's no use gathering bodies if the ones you have are not living, you know so for me, it only makes sense that it makes sense to me that they are going the way they are. Is that the right thing to do? Not so much. But in the current situation, is that something that should be considered? Yes. The fact that nobody is coming in, the Barcelonas, the Napolis, the Juventus, the fact that they're not actually saying anything significant in terms of the players that they've been linked to, our players that they've been linked to, says a lot. You have the board paying. I know this is not an accountant show or whatever it is, but it just makes sense. You have the board paying over £1 million pounds per week for 4 players that you don't need, that you don't want, that you've actually banned from playing with the first team.
I,
You,
I would say that part of the reason the club's not coming in for them is because you ban them and the value expected to be slashed in half
yeah,
based on normal
one one
practices
one
in the league,
one could
and Man
argue that.
United demanding full value or trying to.
No, no, no. One could argue that. That's a fair argument, Mark. Yeah, one could say that they devalued the players, But on the
Not
other hand,
they.
I could say
Not
that the
they.
players actually put themselves in a state where they are. Because if you cast your mind back to the eras of Ralph Ragnick, right? Um, Sancho was still here. Rashford was here. We all saw what they were doing during his time when Ole was sacked and Ralph took over as interim. We all saw how they were moving the whole player power thing. We move on to Eric Ten Hag. First season, everybody was trying to impress to see, especially Rashford, to see if they could get a deal or two. And we all knew the likes of what's his name, Anthony was brought in. Everybody was like, "Why would you do that deal at the end of the window? It is what it is. You gave him that much money from what he used to earn. It is what it is." But we've seen over time that some of these players, even Garnacho, last year, it was the first season under Eric Ten Hag. He actually did superb. The next season, which for me, it wasn't like he was that great. He started playing. He didn't play much as a team. He played much as an individual, and that was one of the things most of us, even when we were doing the watch along, we were complaining about. Now, fine, the manager didn't use you, didn't actually make you a starter in the UL final. It is what it is. Bigger players have suffered same fate, and they've made their case, but not like the way we saw it. The guy has an attitude problem. It's not like it was just that UL final that brought it, that everybody says, "Oh, we have an attitude problem." It's been known that he had an attitude problem, and the manager on ground right now is not going to tolerate it. So the manager is putting his foot on the ground and saying, "No, this indiscipline must stop." you know and whilst that itself comes with to every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So that in itself would come with a consequence. But to say it's all on the club and the manager that to devaluate these players, I
It
don't
is all
think
on the
so.
club and the
I don't.
manager, especially the manager for Garnacho's
No,
value
I
this
do
summer.
not know. I do not think.
Garnacho has done nothing to devalue himself. Nothing at
Okay,
all.
no, Ghana,
As a
we could.
player, hear me
Mhm,
out.
mhm.
As a player, he's done, in fact, this season, he's performed at a level that his value would go up because last season he had what, 18 or 19 GA and they was offering 60 million euros for him. He had 28 GA this season. With logic, his value should be at least 10 million euro more within thereabouts. But Amarim says you are banned. You can't even play football. You can't even train Man United anymore. And the club would love to get the 60 million or 50 million for Garnacho. However, when a club or any club hearing this news, hey, they're gonna be like, well, bro, your coach
Mark,
don't want him.
Mark, let me
He's
let
never
me
going
tell,
to play
let me
him.
draw you let
His
me draw
value
you
is
a
not that. We have
comparison
to
here.
get him for half price.
Let me
And
draw you a
this is the only
comparison here.
reason his value has dropped. Nothing else, nothing else. There's no football, it's only football reasons the value is dropped. You cannot tell me a man have an interview after the manager say it's his fault we lose the final and he only plays 17 minutes, right?
Manager
Uh,
never said it was his fault, bro.
Brother, the manager
Manager
said
never said it was
Garnacho
his fault. I
missed.
keep
His
telling you this.
first
You keep making
sentence was
statements that would
Garnacho
just
missed two
back your
chances
narrative.
in the
Can we
Manager
get
game.
never
up the
said this, bro.
manager's quotes? Can we get up the manager's quotes to put this to rest? Someone in the chat get up the
Like,
manager's
like, like,
quote.
like, like, let Great One bring up the manager's quotes. But my thing is this, yeah, bro. I have been a Man United fan for over 30 years, right? I've seen better managers who won stuff, managers who develop players that won stuff. And no man, and even managers from opposing teams, and none of them in my 30 years will ever blame a youth man for or call a youth man name in the same sentence as a how to put it, as a constructive criticism of the team after a loss in a final. They will
Was it
talk about the
was it
captain, the vice captain, the lead defender, the goalkeeper. They will talk about senior players
was it said,
because
Ollie?
really and truly, these senior players is who are responsible for these kind of burdens. Now I understand the player having issues with the manager. I'm not saying Amorim is wrong for getting rid of him, wanting him out of the club.
Was it
But
said or
just like
leaked,
you
Mark?
want your signings, you need money to pay for them signings. So you cannot devalue a player who worth 60 million or 50 million, yeah, Because when you sell, when you devalue that and now the clubs don't want to pay more than 20, 30, then you're looking at a situation where you go and struggle now in turn to sign your players that you want. Because it ain't no money coming in.
Do you want to? Do you want my own Admiral Drex theory on all of this that you're saying? Garnacho wants a pay increase. Garnacho wants that 50K is on. Garnacho wants more than that. And all of this is just plain nice for Garnacho. All of this. Man
I
wants a
wouldn't
new,
mind if he wanted more
and
because
United is not gonna give him
I
what
mean
he wants,
United
bro.
give Ahmad 100K a week and Ahmad only score what 30 goals for Man United in his
Garnacho
career.
still has
Garnacho
3 years
already scored
left in his
60.
contract. If I was Garnacho's advisor, I would tell the boy, brother, you did not need to do that interview. You have another season to see how you
Bro,
can
listen,
solidify
he's a
yourself
young
with this.
man.
I said this the same thing with Sancho, and I'm still gonna say the same thing for Garnacho. You have
Yeah,
a
but it's two
place in the
different
team.
things. It's two
No, I'm
different
just saying you
things.
have a place in the team. Not like the manager wasn't using you. He was.
Yeah,
After
but
after the January
no,
transfer window shut,
no.
manager put you in his plans. He was
And
playing you
bro,
week in,
any
week out.
player,
Okay,
How
shit
much?
happens. It happens in the final that
How
he
much
didn't
QA did you say he had?
say again.
No,
what
how
was
much
that?
QA did you say Garnacho had?
How much
I
war?
said he had closer to 60 or something like that. Because he had what 28 this season or something like that. He had
21.
last season he had 18, and the first season he had something like 10 or something.
No, he had 21. I thought you said 28, but he had 21.
So I had 21 plus
See,
18,
I'm not saying
die
Garnacho is bad,
39 plus
guys. All
10,
I'm just saying
die
is
49. He had
Yeah, not
plenty
good enough.
GA for
Get him
Man
out.
United.
Yeah, not
In
good
three
enough. Get him out.
seasons, he doubled his GA every
Not good
season.
enough. Get him out.
Yeah, not good enough game out. But I'm
Yeah,
better
man.
than most of the players that we have in this squad right
Yeah,
now.
I don't
no.
care. I don't care.
You guys should not get me wrong. I'm not saying Garnacho is a dreadful player. I'm just saying he's thinking highly of himself when he hasn't even gotten there yet. What is wrong in a manager putting a youth player, giving him okay, fine, it's wrong. Garnacho was
Let me
one of
ask
the
you a
players that were
question. You
instrumental
ever hear
in
Pep
get.
talk negative about a youth player?
I don't
You
care. Get
ever
him
hear
out.
Simeone do it?
Uh,
You ever
the,
hear
the, the
Ancelotti
day
do it?
that we start defending these top
No, bro.
dickheads
Listen.
above the
You're getting me,
manager,
bro. I'm not
this is
defending
when we
nobody,
need to
bro.
get them out to
Bro,
kill the
listen to me,
sickness.
yeah, bro.
This is when we
I
need to get them
understand.
out to kill the sickness. Yeah,
Bro, no,
when
you could
people,
get him out. This have
yeah,
nothing to do with selling the
yeah,
player.
yeah,
But you
get him out.
making it hard to sell the player now.
No, I
That is
don't
how
care.
this is.
Just
The
get him out. Even
situation
if we
is.
have to shoot
Mark,
him, get him
was
out.
it the manager that told the boy to put on the whatever? Was it the manager that told the boy to be arrogant in any way, shape, or form?
Who's that?
Was
Get the
it the
brother out.
manager that asked Garnacho to be arrogant the way he
But
is?
the manager said at the beginning of the season he liked that Garnacho is the way he is.
Okay, so now like I said, there's to every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Garnacho would not expect to do what he did and don't get the reaction.
But exactly. No, my problem. I
So
have
when
no
you say
problem with him.
it's
No,
on the
you see,
manager
I
that
feel you're
his value is been
misunderstanding me,
has been dropped,
because I
it's
don't care.
wrong.
Because like I said to you all before, the manager want him out is a total okay, because he's the manager. Selling him is no problem.
Okay,
But
so
the
what's the problem?
manager himself make it difficult for him to be sold.
That's fallacy, bro. That is
Oh, that's
fallacy,
his fallacy. If
bro.
you
That's
kill the man value by banning him and whatnot, because you want to be big and bad, like Superman, yeah? You
But as
kill
I
the
said,
man value, the
did he
club
say this to the
want a
media though?
certain money for the player. Now the club going and sell him for peanuts. It's affecting you negatively. It's a poor
But wasn't
decision.
this not leaked? Wasn't this not leaked when what he said to Garnacho? Did he actually in a press conference say, "Look, you got to find another club," or was it leaked?
I don't know if it was leaked or whatnot, but it was out there everywhere. Every
But see,
single
there you go. See,
YouTuber
there you
talked
go.
about it.
That's on the
Every
club as well
single
because
YouTuber talked
they
about
shouldn't
it.
be leaking. They shouldn't be leaking
Bro,
these things.
listen, yeah.
If a manager says no, hold
Ray.
on now,
I
Mark.
wouldn't be
If
surprised
a
if it was
manager
Garnacho that leaked that shit out.
if a manager says something to you in a privacy, like, "Oh look, bro,
The
you got to get out of the
manager,
club,"
it was not in
you should
private, bro.
never.
Amorim said it in an interview that he had following the interview that Garnacho had. It was out there. It came out from Man United, so Man United media and Man United
Mark,
sources, bro.
I'm gonna ask you one very
So
honest question. Be
he
honest.
said in the interview that Garnacho must pray that he finds another club.
That's what I'm saying. Did he say
Um,
that in the interview?
I I did not say he said that, to be fair, but he said, but that was the
But
talk around that
that's what
Garnacho
we're
has to
talking
find a new
about.
club. He is
That's what we're
banned.
talking
He's not
about.
allowed to train with the team. All these things were said, and these
Man
are
United
direct.
put that
These
statement out, not the manager.
brother, listen to me, bro. It was not Garnacho putting out none of them statements. Whatever it is
I
you
want
say
to
there,
ask you a question,
Man
Mark. Let me
United is
ask you
backing it,
be
King.
honest. Be
Understand what
honest.
I'm saying? Oh gosh. Why you all
Okay, go
doesn't
ahead.
see reality, bro? And it
Hmm.
was out there in the news. Why when it was being said, and you all was repeating this yourselves, including Balitech, talking about the manager said this and that and the third. Yeah. Then why it is you all now asking me if it was reports? Bro, these things reported weeks now. Yeah, all the fans talking about it just like this. Now I am not player FC, but I could still call out the manager for stupid decisions. Apparently, the manager apparently I don't know in what reality a player having an interview killing his value. I know in every single is normal logic that if a coach don't want a player in his team, the player have to go because his value immediately is slashed. No club could ask for top dollar for him because the coach not going to use him. And if another club know this, they're not going to pay top dollar, bro. This
But
is normal business. If somebody
sometimes in
want to
life,
sell,
though.
want to get rid of something, they could never ask you for top dollar because they want to get rid of it.
But
But
Mark, how much do
sometimes,
you think Ganache is worth?
some
Sorry, guys. Who's talking?
No, go ahead,
yeah.
Bali. Bali, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say sometimes in life, right? Like somebody could be, you could be with someone and they've been getting on your nerves for a long time, and they've done much worse things in your eyes than what they've currently done. But they might have done something little, and you just snap and you say, "Oh, it's over, it's over."
Yo, this is
Yeah,
what I tell Great
and they
One
might
earlier.
think,
Don't
"Ah,
tell
because I
KG I
did
say
that."
to call me because he go and call me live and I live on stream with my phone. And now the stream gone to shit.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I think we
Can
can hear each
anyone
other,
hear
right?
me?
Yeah, man, we can
Yeah.
hear you, man. Yeah, keep talking more. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So you and then they do something little, right? And then all of a sudden you think, right, it's done, it's over. Because in your mind you're thinking, you do one more little thing and me and you is done. This is exactly what Ganacho has
Great
done to
One.
this manager.
Great One.
Can you
You
guys
need
hear
to
me?
stop doing these dumb things. I tell you about these things, bro. You tell the man to call me. He go call me and I had to reset my phone every time somebody call. I had to reset StreamYard, bro.
I can hear you now, Mark. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I know, but I had to reset StreamYard
All
like
right,
twice
cool.
just now, bro.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, what Balitek was saying. Yeah, I agree. But my thing is, the club is also leaking this. Yes, I mean, might have said something to Garnacho, but didn't Ferguson fall out with players, and that didn't devalue anybody when he sold them off, when he kicked Beckham,
Bro,
and
because
Beckham took this
Ferguson
deal.
never said the player will never play for Man United again.
It
He
did,
never
bro.
said that in
He
public.
would have. He would have said. I don't even think he said it in public. I think he said it in the dressing room, and somebody leaked it
Exactly.
publicly. But what's
But
said
you
in the
see, I
dressing room
mean,
in the
in this
dressing room?
culture, bro, this culture of dressing room we have, man, there's leak whoever it be, somebody, whoever it
Listen,
is,
I
it
think
already
Garnacho
leak, you
himself
Ferguson
know,
leaked
done
it.
King.
it with much bigger players than Alejandro
Bro,
Garnacho.
that is
When
not
he
the
Exactly.
point.
decided,
You know
when
what's
he
the point? You know
decided,
it's funny?
when he
You
decided
man
that he
will
wanted to
defend
get rid of
every
Van
stupid
Nistelrooy,
action that a man make for no reason. Like the point of the matter is not to keep Garnacho, bro. Like I don't understand why people keep arguing like if I want Garnacho to stay at Man United.
No,
I
we're not
don't.
arguing that. We're not arguing that, mate. We're saying
Man,
that
you
Garnacho.
Balitech only arguing every minute, bro. Like he
No, I'm
can't
saying,
understand. Amarim could want Garnacho out and be right for that. But his actions is what is screwing over the club,
yeah, but
screwing over himself. His
I understand.
actions.
I
His
understand that,
When
but
you say
naivety.
his
but
actions is screwing over the club, that is fallacy
Bro, that's
because
not
no, but
fallacy,
every
bro.
manager would make what
Yeah,
they
it's
want
worth
to make.
60
It's
no,
got
but
million.
nothing to do with
And you
screwing the
trying to
club, bro.
sell him for less money. And you,
How has the
what you
manager
do,
not
making him
wanting the
be
guys,
sold
players
for
got
less
anything to
money,
do with the
then
club,
you
bro?
are causing the problem, no one
but
When
else.
guys, I believe
Ferguson kicked the boot at Beckham, did that make us sell him for less money?
Bro,
that's exactly. Yeah.
bro, when
Hmm.
Beckham and
Yep.
Alex Ferguson had a boot, Alex
Yep.
Ferguson or never say Beckham will never play for Man United again, King. So let me
Okay.
just clear that up right there. So
Look,
when the manager
Because
say
when
a player
as soon
will
as there
never
was a
play for United
situation,
again,
as soon as
hear
there
me
was a situation, Real Madrid came for
just
him
now.
straight away.
no,
Bro, hold on. Yeah? Because clearly you just make comparisons that don't even apply to situations. Because Beckham they done win a Prem or two and a Champions League at Man United, yeah?
Yeah.
Garnacho is a young player. Yeah.
Who is shit?
Garnacho is worth 60 million euros in January and last summer, King. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So this is facts. We're not talking no makeup thing here.
Bro,
Now I don't
That's
care
makeup
if
stuff right there. No,
but
stop. That's
but
makeup.
Napoli offer
If
60 million euros for
Napoli never
Garnacho, bro.
offered no 60 million, bro.
So what Napoli offer for him then? What
If
Napoli offer
Napoli
Man
offered
I,
United
60
th-
then?
I
million, we
think
would
they
have taken it, bro.
I
what,
think
what
they
you
Napoli
say?
didn't want
offered
to.
no
I
60
think they
million,
didn't
bro.
want
Bro,
to pay
Napoli
no more
offered
than
to 60
40.
million last season,
I,
bro. Let me need to stop
they,
making
they
things up,
didn't want to
because
pay
suddenly
no
I
more than
feel all
Bro,
energy
you are
45.
the
going bad,
one
you know.
making stuff to
But
back
I'm
your
not.
narrative and your
I'm not
argument,
even
bro.
making up. Bro, listen, go and pull up your information, bro, because clearly you forget that last season, Man United reject 55 million euros from two different clubs and 60 million euros from Napoli for this brother. Yeah? Like you forgetting that they reject Napoli offers this season. Yeah, they even reject 150 million for Bruno King. The manager say Bruno goes nowhere. 150 million. Yeah. So Larry said right there, bro. Right? Go and pull up the information and see if I'm talking shit about Garnacho value last summer, bro. Yeah? Because it was never no 30 million. It was never no 40 million. It was above that.
But Mark, don't you think Ganacho has leaked it to devalue himself? Other than
Bro,
I'm really
why
saying
would
it
he leak
They
it to the
they
Bro, listen,
rejected
yeah?
fifty
because
You
million
know what?
euros.
You know what, bro?
It
You
says
wanna
it
know
here. They
something?
rejected 50
Cool it.
million euros.
You know what? You
no,
wanna know
because
something,
why
bro?
would
Cool, no problem. Here what
So
going on,
what is
right?
that in
All
pounds
of a
then? What is
sudden,
that in pounds?
Garnacho just doing everything to leak everything to cause problems because guess what? He is a dummy. Cool, no problem. Right?
no?
Cool,
But
no problem.
why would
He's
the
a dummy.
manager in an interview say that you will never play for this club
Bro,
again?
I'm
He
not
wouldn't
the
say
one
that.
who say it, bro.
Yeah, but
Ole man
I'm
them
not saying
say
that
that
you said
on
it.
many
No,
streams
I'm not saying that
before.
you said it, Mark. I'm saying this has been leaked by somebody in the club because he'd be speaking to Garnacho angrily in the dressing room, and I believe it's Garnacho who's leaked this because why would it come out? Because as Bally said, Beckham was kicked in the boot, by the way, and he must have said things to him to say, "Look, you're not playing for the club again." And Real Madrid come straight in, and we didn't lose any money. So the leaks are happening in the dressing room
So all the
because
leaks
of
is
these fellows.
Garnacho then. So for the
All I'm
last
saying, I'm
five
not saying
years,
all the
all the
leaks
leaks is
are.
But
Garnacho.
why
I'm
would
not
the
saying all the leaks
manager
are.
leak that he has beef with a player?
Oh my
But that's
God.
that's that's my only
Bro, it's
thing.
in the dressing room. The first 3 weeks he coaching Man United, the leaks was he punch a TV. Why you didn't ask what the leaks was about him punching a TV then
But
for?
this is the thing: people blame
And
Garnacho for these leaks,
well,
and I
so
remember the team
Garnacho
was
leaking
being
Because
punching a
selected.
because
TV then too.
because that didn't because when he punched the TV, it didn't
Oh,
devalue any of the
Jesus
players, did
Christ.
it?
Okay. All right, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Right? Thank you for saying that. That way you say just now. So keep that energy for the same situation. All right? Because realistically, bro, a player who was worth 50 million euros with clubs coming in for him, yeah, and only after the Europa League final, and that all of a sudden, nobody coming in for the player unless Man United sell them for a cut price.
But isn't it
Um,
isn't it Manchester United
but
fault
maybe it's because they
because
don't rate. Maybe it's because they don't rate him that
Brother,
highly.
let me be honest with
They
life.
don't rate him
Don't
that
talk that
highly.
shit there, bro. Because they don't have a player 20 years old in Sporting that rated higher than Garnacho, bro. Not
yeah, but
even Giovanni Quenda. Yeah?
don't
Let
you
me be
think?
honest about
What
life.
what? But how much
Right?
money did he
So it
go
have
for?
no youth player in
But how much
Sporting
money
that
did he
that
go for?
Amarim
How much
coach
money did he go
at his
for?
level.
But how much money did he go? How much money did Quenda go for?
Exactly. So why it is
No, I'm
Amarim
asking
denying
you. I'm
Man
asking
United
you,
selling a youth player for that kind of money? Why?
bruv. If you're having a car boot sale and you say such and such off and nobody wants it, that means he's shit.
Yeah, but we not having a car boot sale, broski.
Yeah, we're
That's
having
your
a car
product, but
boot
you
sale.
wrong.
He's
We
one of
not
the
having
main
a car boot sale.
protagonists because it's pure
Amarim want to
profit
make
and
it a car
nobody
boot
wants him.
sale.
But nobody
Amarim
wants
making
him
it a
though.
car boot
Sale. Man,
brother.
them are going to buy it. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So if
Nacho is
man
not
them, you telling
a
me man them
sexy
will
girl.
buy Giovanni Quenda for 80 million euros, who probably only ever have contributed 18 goals in his career in football. But they wouldn't pay 80 million euros for a brother with 49 goal
But
contributions.
he's playing as a wing back. He's not playing in front of
Far
the
less to
goal.
pay 80 million euros for a wing back. Come on, bro.
He's
Come
playing
on,
as a wing back.
broski. Come on,
He's not
broski. Come
playing
on.
in
You're not
front of the
even
goal.
making sense here.
But you're
A
telling
wing
me
back
what he's
selling for 80 million
contributed.
euros
You're
makes sense
telling
to
me
you?
what he's contributed, but you're that's like saying, we've got a keeper that's played this amount of games and he's got one assist and now he's worth this. Like, what are we talking about? He's a bloody wing back. And
Bro,
Ganacho's
he's
playing
a
more
wing
closer to
back.
the goal.
But understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying to you.
So
So,
what
so
so
but you
what
see, but this is where you arguing on your own point and you're putting yourself up for ransom because here what's going on, bro. Right?
what's going on?
When it's time for sell Giovanni Quenda,
Yeah.
he never come out and say he's just a wing back. Yeah.
No, but he was playing as a wing back. Where we knew that his stats were looking a certain way because he's playing further away from the goal.
Broski, I
Because
just
I
tried to
weren't
tell
blown
you
away.
that
Wait,
if you want to talk
hold on.
about
When I
sexy
look,
in football
hold
terms,
on.
no,
I
no, no,
weren't blown
hold
away.
on, bro. You
Hold on a
cannot tell
second.
me in
Okay.
football Giovanni Quenda is a sexier girl than Garnacho. You're being mad. You're moving mad. You have
Well,
nothing that prove that.
in my opinion, yeah, considering the way Ganacho moves, considering the way Ganacho don't pass the ball to no one, he is. Because
Ah,
Quenda, when I watch him,
okay.
he makes the right decisions
No, he
all
does
the
not.
time.
Because if he
Okay,
does,
so
he would have contribute more goals,
so
and if he does, he
all
would
right, but he
concede
plays
less
further
goals.
away from goal.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
that's
plays
what I said.
Ganacho
If
further.
he
thinks he's too
does,
He
he would
sexy.
plays.
concede less
He
goals as
plays
well.
as a wing back.
Exactly. So
There
that's
are at
why he's
least three
concede
or
goals
four
because he don't
players.
make the
There
right
are at least
decisions all the
hold
time.
on. There are at least three or four players, yeah, that are more closer to the goal than he is.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, the excuses will be never ending now. Now it
Okay,
will be
well,
something
yeah,
about this. Now it will be
let's start
something about that.
comparing
It's
centre
always some
backs to
excuse
attacking
for a player
midfielders
that you
then.
like, bro.
Let's
You
start
have you
hold on,
cannot
let's start
be you cannot
comparing
be
centre backs
unbiased
to
for
attacking
for
midfielders
one
then.
second.
Oh yeah, but Harry Maguire is more dangerous than these man. So what are we talking about here? Harry Maguire is more dangerous than most of these man in the box. So what are we talking about
You
here?
know,
This
you
is
know
what
what
we're doing
happened,
now.
bro? If you want to blindly back Amorim and whatever he does,
It's
cool,
not
no
blindly
problem. If that
backing
is your
Amarim. It's
vision
just that
for Man
you're the way
United,
you're
cool.
comparing Quenda,
I
the
just
way you're
criticize a
comparing
man who make
Quenda.
mistakes.
No,
When he
no,
make the
it's just the
mistake, he make
way.
a
No,
mistake.
if
I
you're
don't
gonna
want
do a
him sack, you know.
comparison,
I just
if you're gonna
criticize
do a
a mistake he make.
comparison, no, my only argument is if you're gonna do a comparison, let's do like for like. Let's not try and compare a
Okay,
wing back
okay.
to a guy who's
So,
playing in number 10.
okay, cool. Okay,
Let's not
cool.
do that.
Let me do like for like, okay? So let me do like for like, right? Okay. So Garnacho at 20 years old, like for like, who is there? Who is there at 20 years old that
In his position.
that Amarim coached previously in Sporting that contributing what got contributed Garnacho contributing? It don't have no one. Yeah? It don't have no one. Okay?
No, but
So
you have to compare him to the guys in his
hold on,
role.
just now,
Is he
stop.
better?
Hold on.
Is he better than the other guys that play in his role that play for Sporting? Is he better than them?
I would
Because I
say
put
at
it to you
his
that he's
age,
not.
what he contributing, he's better than all of them. And
No,
that is
but
a
is he better
fact.
than them now? Is he better than them now?
Okay, only one of them have more goal contributions this season than them, so technically better than all the
Okay,
rest.
the
Why
answer
are
is
we
he's
having
better
this
than none of
argument?
them.
Manager
You see,
doesn't want the
because you see,
ball.
men
The
no
Manager
just
doesn't
answer
want
is
the
want to
he's better
move.
than
conversation
none
to
of them.
go
That's
on
the
now, bro.
answer.
I just making a criticism of Amarim, which is
No, but that's the
factual,
answer. He's better
right?
than
And
none of
man
them.
them
I
just
mean,
getting
That's why you
feelings.
wanted to
Man them
compare
I
just
him
mean,
to
we
a
catching
wing back.
understand.
feelings, bro. And I
We
don't understand
understand,
it, bro.
Mark.
Because
We
guess what,
understand it.
bro? At the end of the day, if he sell Garnacho, I have no problem with it because the manager had to do what
Sell
the
the
manager
guy,
want
man.
to do
Sell
because he's
him.
the
Look, real quick,
manager. But
Mark, Mark,
you cannot cause a problem in doing so. And this is
but
what he did, and I just calling it out and man them
yeah,
crying. Man
yeah,
them
he
want
said
to
this.
cry
He
because
said this, and
the
I
man
agree
make
with
a
that. But
naive mistake. It's small thing, bro. I could
no,
call
but
it out and move on.
no, but
But
he
man them
said
want
that.
to
Yeah,
get in the feelings for what?
no, he said that. He said that. Yeah, but it's also Manchester
What
United's
is
fault.
Mandem crying? You keep
Hold on,
talking,
hold on, hold
Mandem
on,
want to
hold
cry.
on,
Man.
Dex.
We are stating the fact to you.
The
Amorim
fact
had
of
his
the matter
mistake.
is a
Garnacho
player
had his
could
own
never
share of
drop
the blame.
value
But you want to
for.
absorb Garnacho and not talk and
No,
keep nailing that
what
on the
he
What are you
did,
manager.
yeah,
uploading
he's
Garnacho
That's
tried
not
to
for?
make
crying.
it seem like
Garnacho has done
Ganacho's sick.
nothing
He
footballing
inflated his
wise to
GA. He
devalue
inflated his
himself.
Mark,
GA.
just move
Nothing.
on.
Then he's
Anybody going to
comparing him
get
to
on?
wing backs.
You're not
But I
understanding
don't
what people are
understand
saying.
what you're
We're
talking
not going to
about here
understand you. Let's
because
just move on.
no, because you see, all they're trying to make an argument about something that have no effect on his actual value.
Brother,
What
it has
affects
an
his
effect.
value,
The
bro?
boy
The only
attitude stink.
go on check it now, bro. The
The
only
man
thing that have
Well,
attitude stink.
values, the
that's
only
He
that's
thing
got
the
have
most
an
dropped
effect
effect
on
on
his
under
him.
value
Ten
is what
What
the
Hag.
Amrin
manager
said
say
to him.
He
about him,
got
bro.
dropped under Armoring. Very
Boys,
simple.
boys, what his attitude has more effect on him than what Amrin said, because if Amrin says something in the dressing room and it gets leaked, and
Broski.
I'm not saying that Garnacho said it. If it's getting leaked, it's absolutely Manchester United's fault. Why? If you're trying to sell something, if you in a
Bro.
dressing room, no, hold on, Mark. If you're in a dressing room and you say something to me, yeah, you say, "Oh look, Ray, I think you shit," yeah, that's between you and me. And if it gets out, somebody in the dressing room has put that out, and it's Manchester United's fault for allowing that to go out.
He
Because
got
Amri's
dropped
got to
under
say
two
something to say
managers.
something. Sorry, Mark, but what you said?
He
Ray,
got dropped under
that was what
two
I'm trying to tell
managers.
Mark. It is on United,
Yeah,
mostly on
Okay,
United, than
I
even
would
the
just say,
exactly. It's
manager.
you
on
see, there's the
Martial United.
problem here,
Exactly,
right?
But he's
exactly.
But
a
Mark
kid,
is
Problem
though.
making
here.
it
He's a
look like
kid.
You
because
know,
He's a
you want to
kid.
he
know
wants to
something,
keep
bro?
nailing Amorim at
I hear
every
you
corner he
there, but
gets to. He keeps
I
doing it.
hear you. But the manager who drop him, the
Uh-huh.
manager who drop him, start him in the final and we win. Yeah. The manager who drop him now, bench him in the final and we lost. So he start Mason Mount and he start Luke Shaw,
It's
players who should
okay.
never
The
start.
manager made his
No, no,
mistake.
no, no, no. It's
Okay.
not okay
Yeah,
And that's
because
it's
that
made.
is what
We
losers
understand
Amorim's
that.
do.
mistake. And that's
That's
That's Amri's
Amorim's
Amorim's
mistake.
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 That's what
But
we
with
all agreed
Garnacho,
on that.
And his second mistake was blaming Garnacho
He
for the
never
fact that we
blamed
Nah.
Garnacho
lost.
for the loss of the
Ah,
final, bro.
Nah,
Stop it.
he's not wrong for that. He's not
no,
wrong
he's
for
not
that.
wrong for that. It's the club. It's the club who put that out, saying that Amri said this. Because would you have known that?
Mark
Would,
keeps saying he blames Garnacho for the loss of the final.
but
He
that's what
never
he
did, bro.
did. The club put it out that he said that Garnacho missed an open chance and after that the whistle blew. So if you didn't blame he, bro, like all I say, bro, I have seen many big managers, better managers, bigger players. And the big players is who get blamed, not the young players in the squad.
you see what you
So
said
in
there,
fact,
Mark?
many times Alex Ferguson could have blamed Ronaldo. He could have blamed this other player, this other young player here.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Silva
This
but
brothers
Mark,
as
what
righteous
you
well.
said there,
stance, I don't care for it. This righteous
but
stance, I don't care for it
but
at all.
Mark,
Was that?
what you said there, you said the club
This is
said
not no
he
model
blamed. So
young
there you
player
go.
that
The
you're
club is
trying to
blaming him.
protect. If it was a
Bro,
model
I
young
not even
player, I
protecting the
could say
player. I
yeah.
don't understand what
No,
the fuck
but
what you talking about, bro.
if
You
this
keep
was a
talking about
model
protecting a player and I
if
protecting
this
my
is
club
a
because
model
I want
young
my club to
player,
get top
yeah.
dollar for
If
every
this
player
is
they're selling
somebody,
thing. And if our
no,
manager stopping that, fuck he.
I no, I
Yeah?
don't agree. Because if this is a model young player, right, that that you can put posters on the wall and say, I want you, son, to look at this guy and learn from him. Yeah, if this was a prim and
Let me
proper
ask that
model
question.
young, wait, let me
You
land. Let
what?
me land. Yeah, I could understand, but this guy is a problem. Yeah, he
Huh?
thinks he's so bad. Yeah, and this is why the
I could say
manager
the same
has.
for
Wait,
Amarim.
hold on,
Amarim thinks
hold
he's
on. Let
so
me land.
bad, yeah, but
This is
he's
why the
got
manager.
slapped up and
Wait,
down the league by every single coach
hold on.
twice.
Wait. So now you're crying then because you don't even want to let me land anything. You just want to put out your thing, regardless of whether the information is right or wrong. You just want to put it
Bro,
out.
but listen.
I get like, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
No, I don't. I
all I
don't.
know is that what did this guy do? Yeah, we know
We know
roughly
what? You
why.
have no evidence for half of what you're saying about Garnacho.
No. I'm
None.
not even talking
You
about
going on
Ganacho now.
hearsay.
This is why you're jumping in. I'm not even talking about Ganacho now at this point. So allow me, yeah. What I'm talking about is We know that Rashford, right, has had certain falling outs with the manager. He's given an interview. He's not wanted to change. Um, he's not wanted to follow any of the manager's instructions in regarding to changing certain things in order to fit into the manager's system. And he's basically kicked up a stink. He didn't want to forth with the new ideas. And the manager said, you know what? Get out of the club. He's gone out on loan. Now, Rashford is on that naughty step with a few other players. And what's happened is the manager wanted to deal with Garnacho. So he dropped him, warned him, brought him back. Then he dropped him again, warned him, brought him back. It's got to the point now where the manager realizes this guy is going to keep doing this shit. So he
Mhm.
said, right, you, Rashford, and the rest of you motherfuckers, you can get the fuck out of here because I am not dealing with
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking
indisciplined
about, though.
players. No, but this is why he has to leave.
But we are
Because
but
so
nobody disagrees with that.
when we're now
I do
sitting there saying, oh,
understand.
but he's a kid, oh, but he's a
But
kid,
bro,
no
what are
one
you
gives a
talking
fuck.
about?
No
Because
one gives a
we
fuck.
agree, we all agree he has to leave. That is not what I am talking about. So I don't know what you talking about.
So
Nah,
Mark,
You
let me put this to you.
said
So
you're
it's
trying
the
to
my
few
run
20
problem is,
million
Ganacho
you see, this
that
protection
is
has
like
been
don't
shaved
listen.
off.
he's
You
Mark,
some
was
wait.
not
superstar.
listening,
You
King.
painted
And
him
that
out
is
to
your
be some
problem.
superstar. You
You see,
inflated
this
his
is your
GA.
problem,
You
right? You
inflated
was
his
not
value.
listening to nothing I was saying,
Mark, let
and
me
now
ask
Nah,
you
you
are
a
I
question
heard it
saying,
now.
all.
So
We
it's the
need to
few
get him out
20
of the club.
million or the few 10 million that has been shaved off his market value that is putting United in a state right now, right?
bro, it's simple. A man want a man want to have players for
Yeah,
his club, right?
yeah.
Simple schematics here, right? At the end of the day, I don't understand why it is this man want to sign players, but we don't have money. You understand?
We
We
don't. So
have
Mhm.
no money.
is the
Whether
extra
it is,
20
bro,
million that has been carved out?
listen to me, bro. Whether it is
Okay.
the extra 5, extra 10, extra 20, 30, whatever it would have be or it was, we need it. Because right now, according to what the men them running the club saying, we broke. So when you tell me that Garnacho is normal for Garnacho doing what he doing or whatever the case is, or it's cool that the manager cost this player value to drop 20 million, it's not cool. Because we don't have signings in right now. And maybe if he value was high, 2, 3 clubs battle for him, we done sell him already, Bremo done here, or we
But
Yeah, but
nobody said it
or
was
something.
cool. It is you
but
that
listen,
is arguing a
Can I
different
ask you
line.
how many
but
No,
listen,
players,
brother,
if
yeah,
I said it's
how
not
Garnacho,
many
cool.
players in and around
Nobody said it
Ganacho's
was
if
cool. We
level
only
Garnacho
had
said
was
left
don't
for
fucked,
nail
high
it on
right?
the
money?
manager. Put it on the
But to
club
have to
and the
nail it on
player.
him,
It's
you
a
have
clever
to
Can
nail it
start,
on him.
Mark, because
somebody in the chat tell us, yeah,
remember, guys,
how many
remember, guys.
players, right? How many players, yeah, that is round about Ganacho's level? Can somebody tell us in the chat if they've left this summer and how much money they've gone for, if they've gone for the type of money that Mark is saying? Because I put it to you that nobody in and around that sort of level have left for crazy money this summer.
Remember, guys, it is Garnacho who did the interview, and whatever the manager said to him was
Brother,
has been leaked by the
listen to me,
club.
yeah?
So it's got
Ganacho get asked a question on an Argentina interview. All the man said was he only play 19 minutes. Who
keep
cares,
your mouth
bro?
shut, though.
Who cares? Who cares? Like, really and
Mark, you
truly,
don't
bro.
care. People do care.
Well, that's good for them. They wasting
Okay,
time
so you
because
have
that
to
not
understand that
changing
this world,
United winning
there's a lot
games,
of people
bro.
in it.
You
And
see, the
Bro,
problem is
Mark,
and
that this,
Mark,
Mark
right?
we haven't
Garnacho is a
sold the
problem
boy
player.
yet. So you're making it
Is a
sound that
problem
we
player.
haven't sold the boy yet. United have
I
said
want him to
they
be
will not go.
sold. But the fact that
Mark
we can't
is a
sell him
problem
because
player, and
United have a
he's the
gap in
reason why.
valuation with those who the suitors are right
Okay,
now.
so if you don't meet the evaluation United wants, then it's not going anywhere.
And this is
A-
the
As
problem.
as
And
of
But
this is
he's
my
now,
the problem.
problem.
today
He's the
But
being
it's
the
problem why.
okay. It's no
16th of
problem. It's
July, the
cool.
boy is still a United player. So all this, oh, we devalued him, we did not devalue him. It doesn't stand for anything, bro.
Mark
What do
don't
you
even want him to
mean?
go anyway, so I don't know what all this argument's about. He's still
Bro,
at the
I
club.
wasn't
You're
arguing
happy.
nothing. I
You're
was
jumping up
making
and
my
down. You're
statements
doing
as
backflips.
usual,
No, but you're
factually.
happy. You're happy that he's not gone though. Let's be real.
For me,
He's
I want him
he's
gone.
lost. He's lost his. You're always on mute. You're on mute, mate. You're
Your
mute.
problem is you assume that because I'm mad at the manager for the way he went about it, that I want Garnacho to stay.
No. We understand what you man at the
That's
manager.
what you assuming. But that's
We
not the
understand.
case, bro.
Nobody's
No,
assuming that.
no,
We
hold on.
understand what you're
We
saying,
understand you on the manager, yeah. But it's
but
not
we
on
are
the manager.
saying
It's the
that
club and the player who's leaked this information. That's devalued
100%.
his not the manager because
Bro,
the
the
manager could
player
speak to
will
you.
not do something to devalue himself, bro. That is mad.
Yes, no, but he has because of your attitude. But the manager has a right to speak to you. The manager has the right to say, "Look, you're not playing for me again." And if this information gets out, it's not the
Bro,
manager because the manager didn't go and
the
say, "Look,
manager said
it,
this.
look
The manager didn't
Mark.
say this in
Let
no
me land it,
dressing
Mark.
room, King. Why you
No,
keep trying to say that the
no,
manager
let me
said this
land
in
it. No,
private?
no, let me land it, Mark. He didn't go on Sky and go, look,
The manager never said
Garnacho
it in
is
private.
not
He
coming
said it in
to
an
the.
interview as well, or something
No,
like
no.
that.
Where did he say that
Because
in
it
an
was
interview? I
made
didn't hear
public
that.
by the club.
Well, there you go. So that's who's devaluing the player. If United keep all the nastiness off their social media things, they will be getting the money that they want because nobody will even have heard what he said to him if somebody leaked the information. And that's what we're trying to say to you. It's yes, the manager said something that he said to Garnacho, but how's it got out? You know, I mean, if he's in the dressing room saying something, and then this goes on to all the fans that say, "Oh well," obviously you've got traitors in there that can't be trusted. So if the manager says something to you, he's going to go straight on social media, and that's what's devaluing players, and that's what's causing Garnacho not to be sold because other clubs will look at this guy and say, "Oh, this guy's a problem child," because if I say something to him, it's going to get leaked, and then he's going to go and
That's
everybody
not.
think,
You see, this is the problem here, right?
"Okay,
Because all
okay."
of a sudden, he is the one leaking everything. So
No,
everything
I
leak
never
is
said he
Garnacho,
was
and
the
all
one.
the
I
clubs
never
go
said
and
he
think
was
he's
the
a
one.
leaker. That is the
No, Mark,
bullshit
I never
that I
said
don't
he was the
understand.
one. I never said
Because
he was
there's
the
no
one. I said it's
proof.
being
You all lot
leaked.
have no proof that this is the factual thing. And you're all saying this loud and proud as if though this is the truth. And that is the weird
Yes,
thing.
because we
Bro,
never
let's have
said
no
that he'll
yes
never play
because, bro,
again.
because listen, yeah, and I'll keep saying this, bro. Like if I could say all kind of stuff about Amarim, bro, that I not even going to say 'cause I have no proof. Like I said, I even said my opinion is X. Not that this is the case. Yeah. Because when I said my opinion is this guy flopped the final, men them say, nah,
Well, he
this
did
and that.
flop
I
the
say, well, this is
final.
just my opinion. This is
No,
not
He
a
did flop
nobody
the
fact.
final.
said nah.
Everybody
I
said he
didn't
flopped
say
final.
nah.
He
I
did
No,
flop the
no,
agree
final.
that
not
he
you,
flopped the
but
final.
like I say, when
I
I say
agree
man
that he
them, I
flopped
mean
the
everybody. I
final.
don't mean just I
He
mean you,
flopped the
but
final. He flopped the final. You did flop the final, but you
That's
know,
just a fact. He's the one who made the team selection for the final. And the difference between him and Ten Hag is Ten Hag, he just didn't care about all that. He wanted to win. So
exactly.
ultimately, even if he doesn't like Garnacho, he hates Garnacho to the back teeth, he will play him in order to win that cup. He will make up with all his enemies in order to make sure that we win the trophy. But Amarin's not like that. Amarin's a bit more petulant than that. Yeah. So if he decides that he don't like you, he ain't trying to make you get no glory off him. So at the end of the day, I even though I disagree with the actions of the final, I don't disagree with the actions of getting rid of smoking out and getting rid of players that don't deserve to wear this badge. I see players, yeah, that think they can do whatever they want on the pitch. If we go back to the season that just gone, I remember
excuse
Garnacho
me.
missing chances on purpose, banging shots over the bar, dribbling, and then having teammates open on goal, there for the easy tapping, and he's banging the ball over the bar on multiple occasions. And now we're here arguing about he devalued himself.
Exactly, man.
By not listening to the manager's instructions, by ignoring his teammates on the field, by taking all these shots and none of them resulting in goals. So yes, let's get this guy out. He thinks he's Ronaldo. He's far from it. Far from it. Far from it. Will never, ever, 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 ever be on the same level as Cristiano Ronaldo. He is fake. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, he will probably in his future be a fantastic player, but I ain't letting this dickhead play one good season for us and then put in a transfer request because he wants to go to Real Madrid. Get this guy out now. Let's get the money. Let's get the money for him now because we know that this guy doesn't really love the club like that. He wants to play for Real Madrid or one of them types of clubs. Let's get him out now and let's get somebody who wants to actually fight for the badge and listen to the coaches and not bring this bullshit culture into the club.
I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying there. That was never my point. I always on if a
Guys,
manager don't want a player.
the quote Mark is talking about, it is this. It was asked after the first you remember the semi-final game, the first leg, the semi-final game where Garnacho tried to chip the goalkeeper and he missed, right? And man was asked, and I think he brought Mount on, and the man was asked in an interview, in the first half, who do you think missed the biggest opportunity? And the man said, and I quote, Garnacho, but he also said, football, it's like that. End of quote. So all of this that Mark is saying, oh, he wants, he devalue, bro. Demand. Then the other statement about he should get out of the club. That was a conversation they had in Carrington, and that was it. So anything that has to do with devaluation of the players, fine. The club
Exactly.
and the players both have themselves to blame. Manager was asked a simple question. The man gave his answer and he said, "Football is like that. You could miss any chance you want. Any day, any player could miss a chance." And there was no bad blood in that thing. I don't know why we're making it. Why Mark is trying to make it look like, oh, the manager. Fine, the manager had his own part to play in the Europa League final. Everybody said it.
Exactly.
Even the
No.
blind man that didn't watch the game heard the radio and said the same thing. So
Exactly.
that in itself is what is Amorim's own part to play, and he would know he was naive in that final. He would know he cost us that final. Everybody said it, right? But when it comes to this Garnacho thing, Garnacho had his part to play. The football club have their part to play. Let's
Exactly,
not
Adnan.
make it look
And this
like
is
it's
and
the
this is what we're
manager devalued. Nobody, manager didn't devalue anybody. Nothing of such. So
exactly,
let's
and this
just
is what
move
we're
on from
saying.
this argument. If Garnacho doesn't want to play here again, so be it. If the manager doesn't want him, so be it. But the football club said, you know what, we are not selling this guy for no less than this amount. Anybody that is not matching it, so be it. So be it, bro. For me, I want Garnacho out because I don't see him. The only reason why I want Garnacho out, I don't see him as a team player. Could he go tomorrow and become the world's best? He could. But right now, what I want, like what Belly said, people that want to play for the club, people that want to make themselves, their players, and their teammates and the football club look better,
Well, bro,
not the
we
eye.
need we need two new players for left and right ten, because the two players that we had last season, none of them is team players.
Okay, so none of them is going to be team players. That's why we've been linked to players that could do the job. One is already through the door. We're hoping that Mbuemo comes in. We are hoping that that deal happens and we get the 210. We are also hoping that we get a senior head for striker. And we are also hoping that there's a wing back and there's a goalkeeper that would help stop all those stupid mistake that Onana. So we are all of this. We are saying is just hope.
Well,
But
on goalkeeper man, them say they want Emi Martinez. I don't know how the goals go and stop. I think we're
No,
going to concede more goals because,
who are the man? Them name the names.
bro, look, Ray Cal right below. Ray Cal telling me
Yeah,
that Emi Martinez
but he's better
have
than
given
but
him
he's
more
better than but he's
confidence.
better than
We talk about a man who in the last two seasons have the
but he's better than
most goals
what we've got now.
conceded from mistakes he made.
I don't think he is. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think he is.
Brother, I don't rate Onana. I want Onana gone. Since last season, since season one, we get knocked out the Champions League. Christmas, I wanted him sold in January. My mind haven't changed since then. So look, if you only spent 6 months and I didn't want him no more. Yeah?
Mate,
And I
it is the
still
club. It is the
rather
club.
keep
It's the
he,
club who
I
wants
still rather
Martinez.
keep him than sign Emi Martinez because
We would have
what
failed
I
again then.
hate more than somebody who is wasted talent is somebody who have no talent and is just trying to show off to distract from the
But hold
fact
on,
that
did
they
he
have
win?
no
Not?
talent.
Did he not win a World Cup?
Brother, FIFA doesn't give you FIFA ever
All
give
right, okay,
any other team
okay,
in any other World Cup. How much
okay.
World Cups it had? 50. Yeah, 50 World Cups it had. And it's the first time in history a team
Did he
qualified
not win? Did he not win
based on seven
the best
penalties.
goalkeeper there? Then
7 penalties, bro.
did he not win the best goalkeeper award there? Then in that, what do you call
How?
this something up?
How?
Okay,
How?
okay, okay.
Bro, Martinez have the worst stats in the Premier League. Even if you put Martinez next to Onana, Onana stats better, and you'll want to know how.
Yeah, I
But I
think
don't know what you.
Martinez had most errors leading to goals. So to me, he's not really that much of a great keeper. He's not an upgrade. To me, it's actually a backwards, in my humble opinion. Yes, man, don't rate Onana. He's definitely whatever he had previously. He's definitely lost it. He's not the keeper that he was at Inter Milan, and I wouldn't mind going for the Brazilian keeper, John Victor. Um,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going for him, but what like going for Martinez? I don't know if it's to help Aston Villa out or whatever, but I'm not
It's not to help
actually feeling
United.
the signing. I don't feel the signing. It's to say like I don't like Man United. Yeah, we should actually take a look at it. Yeah, we've got all these clubs against us. They want to overcharge us for players. They want to dig their heels in. They want to sell players to other clubs for cheaper, right? Even some of our rivals, even some other big name clubs, not all the way as big a stature, but similar sort of stature in the world standings, right? They want to sell these brothers cheaper to them. And it's almost like there's a club that has basically locked us out. It's like a special. It's like a secret society. They've locked us out of it. They all these brothers. They sell the players to them for cheaper. Then when we come in, they overinflate the prices and they just make a mockery out of everything. When we want to sell players, when we want to move players on, they're trying to get players off us off the cheap. When they're selling us players, they're trying to sell us brothers that are injury prone, and it's getting to the point where you just have to get a little bit sick and tired of all this shit. Like, why is it only us? Because it just seems to me that it's only us that go through this bullshit when it comes to fucking buying and selling players. Yeah. So as much as we want to say, oh yeah, the board's incompetent, they're shit, they don't know what they're doing. To a certain extent, that is true. We have had some people that can't tell their ass from their elbow. They're not really sure about that. But one thing is for sure is that every summer we seem to be arguing over the valuation. Then we have some fans that are like, oh, why are they haggling over 1 or 2 million? Just pay it. Then you got brothers that are like, no, man, we got robbed for Maguire, we got robbed for Rasmus, we got robbed for this man and that man. Well, like, we need bargains now. We need bargains. So I think for me, when it comes to this transfer, we just have to be balanced and just be real. If we're 1 or 2 or 500,000 away from the valuation, let's try and sort that out. If they're jacking up the price by another 10 million, saying the player's price was this, now it's this, let's walk away and let's go and sign somebody who's better, please.
100%. Guys, I had to tell all of this, we had to wrap up in a little short. So the last comments, last final words from each of you. I'll let you all go. Of course, well, so Drex, Ray, whichever one of you want to go first, then Drex and Bali, you could close off.
Well, what I got to say, man, I'm just waiting because we just have to see when September comes what nonsense they've done in it. If they've done good, they've done good. If they've done good, bad, they've done bad. And we're only talking about goalkeepers because Onana's injured. But that's all. That's the only thing. Or
Well,
he'll be
we just
walking
have
in.
some reports coming in that Vitek has fallen out with Amarim and probably will be on his way to MK Dons or Millwall. So that's a heavy blow for me because I would have liked to see Vitek in this team. You know, I think he's
Well,
I think he's competent both with his feet and with his gloves. So disappointed to hear that. Big up to Will in the building. Daniel Burns saying to Sturgeon, I would like to see to Sturgeon. He's on a free. That would be my top option if I was to be signing a player. You know, it would not be Emmy Martinez. But yeah, big up to you guys.
For for me, Emmy should go learn how to play football in Argentina. He should not near the foot. This he should not even think of coming to United because we're gonna skin him. You think Onana just had a thick skin, but we're gonna skin him. For me, if Textegan is available, get him. If the Eric Ten Hag has gone to Leverkusen and he has tried to he already pushed this boy out, Kovac. We could go get him, right? Since they're looking for young goalkeeper, they're looking to put Vitek in goal before now that before he if this report is true, we could go just get Kovac. This Emi Martinez team, man, is quoted 33 million, bro. That's too much money, bro. What are we gonna do with Onana?
Yeah.
Well, I just hope that these people just get their hats to get their ass to put everything their acts together, clean up their house, and make the best for Mark, like I was telling you in the chat. I just don't want bodies. There's no use having dead bodies, bro. Just because you want to have bodies, you put rubbish in the team. No, we start looking for how to offload them next season. If we can't get the players we want to get, fine, it's gonna be tough. But we just do what Liverpool did last season. They didn't really buy anybody. Just wait until the opportunities you have players that you want to buy come through and you buy them. For me, there's no rush spending stupid money that we don't even have on just because we want bodies in. No, do proper diligence, do your homework, get the players in, and yeah, that's it. Don't waste no stupid money. All right, guys, that's all for me.
Big up Drex. Bali.
Yo, yeah. In regards to the goalkeeper, I think if we're not gonna move for a solid target, then I think we should wait until next transfer window and just bear with Onana. Now, although most people are gonna be like, "Oh my god," da, 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 da," listen, just relax, right? The manager has probably just not having VTech because he wants to sign Diego Costa. And he probably knows that we can't afford Diego Costa this transfer window. The club are trying to palm him off with Emi Martinez and some other lesser keepers. However, maybe if we run to another goalkeeper, chances are we're going to sign a goalkeeper that we're going to want out the following season as well. So I would rather wait and then get Diego Costa like the manager wants if he's lucky enough to be here, because let's face it, he could end up getting sacked. So I'd rather wait on the goalkeeper front. In regards to the striker, again, I don't think we should buy a striker that we're going to regret the following season. So maybe if we haven't got the correct money to go get a top level striker, maybe we should wait and see what happens, what appears next season. I do think it's a mistake letting Ekatike just swan off to Newcastle, because I believe that once he inserts himself there properly and he starts to bang, then Newcastle are going to ask for over 100 million for him. So I think that's a mistake. Maybe we should use the money that we don't spend on a top level midfielder or a top level centre back, because Maguire, he's just there really. Like he's not a proper central centre back in this system, in my opinion. And he's got the turning circle of a double decker bus. And I just think maybe we could improve in that area. Other than that, obviously we've been slow in the transfer window, and I haven't crashed out because life is good right now. I'm enjoying myself. It's the summer, and obviously the nightmare of what we relived last season, like obviously PTSD will make you want to run far away from even thinking of these things. So I've kind of locked it out of my memory just to enjoy the summer. But obviously, once the season starts, yeah, I'm gonna care about everything again. But for now, I just don't want to fill my head with all this negativity. So I just wait and see what the board will do come the end of the window in order to judge it properly.
Well, the funny thing is, I will say this, yeah. Some people when they hear a manager fall off with a player, they suddenly think that somebody making some shit up. These things happen every time, every single day, sometimes weekly. Silly man, great one. Anyway, but like I've been saying, it's gonna be an interesting time this season. And Balitech, my opinions of the season. I ain't give me my actual opinion of the season or what could happen this season yet. I wait, that is coming in when we start preseason. I will start giving a little bit of predictions on what I think will be going on. It will go along with the progression of the preseason games. Of course, your boy will be there for the Fiorentina game. Stay tuned. You know what I mean? But Bali, I would say this, yeah. It's one of those things where I agree with you. Don't just spend money because we have money. Yeah. If we can't get a top quality striker, get a top quality midfielder. If you can't get that, get a top quality DM. If you can't get that, get this brother before they sign him at Crystal Palace. Yeah. Go and get that brother. Anyway. Other than that, if you can't, and you can pull the money together to get the 60, 70 million pounds needed to sign Diego Costa, sign him. But Man United need to make sure moves. We can't keep diddle daddling and buying optional players that nobody else really interested in or probably not going to move the needle because we're wasting money. We are wasting money. And you can't always waste money because it ain't free. We're not printing money like we used to print money 5 years ago. So it's a difficult time. And like as I say, Bali, a lot of clubs, it's like they form a little clique and all of them want to put Man United under distress. So we go and raise prices against Man United. We're gonna laugh at Man United. We go and try our best in order to cripple Man United, however, which way we can. You know what I mean? But at the same time, yeah, what Man United is really doing about these things, we're not seeing it coming. Could we be making better decisions? Should we have more options in terms of possibilities for signings? I recently don't believe Man United have been paying much attention to the scouts, and the scouts have been getting a terrible name. I feel like, a lot of fans think Man United scouts are incompetent when really and truly I think the people who listen to the scouts think they're smarter than the people who actually doing the scouting. But then again, sometimes data is be seen as the great unreader. Big up to Ray Carl in the building. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships and the $5 super chat, bro. Big up to you. Thanks for all the support over the months, bro. Big up, big up, big up always. Big up to Freddie Red as well, as he says. On a plus note, United has received $14 million from Elanga and Carreras deals and are now their extra money. What is it? To finalize the Mbuemo deal before Monday when we fly out to the USA preliminary medical booked for Saturday. Well, I've heard that too, Fred. It's interesting. If I had mentioned it before you posted, Great One would probably think I'm lying as well. You know what I'm saying? He always thinks these things. It's just the way he thinks. You know what I mean? But what can I say? It's just Great One for you. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a long stream. Of course, your boy tries to do an hour long, but I had so much friends on tonight. Me and Bali had to argue, but I know you guys are here for me, but Bali still thinks you guys are believing him. But it's all good, guys. Big up to each and everyone. Big up to Damish, as he says, breaking news. Isak has told Newcastle he would like to leave, and Liverpool are prepared to put that 120 million bid in this week. Big up to Damish. Hopefully you're not set. But hopefully we will see each other again. I hope you tune in tomorrow as well. We will be back again with more news, more transfer talks, and of course, we're still working out the best possible time to stream. I think it might be 7:37 p.m. UK time. Yeah, Great One. You can hold one of these. You know what I'm saying? Hold that. Have a good one. Big up to you. Bali, my brethren, I'll catch you tomorrow. Damish, great one. Big up to you guys. Big up to Ray Calamri. Big up to Fred the Red in the building. Big up to Danny B as well for coming through. Big up to all you guys that came into the chat today. Big up to Willman United as well. Hope you guys have a great one. Don't forget to smash a like and subscribe and tune in for the next one. And if you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments in the non-live or the live section. Your boy will reply to them as usual. Big up to you guys. I'll catch you later. It's been your boy Marken and Bali Tech. I had Captain Drex as Ray Carl Brown. And of course, we will have another call-in show tomorrow, guys. So stay tuned for more.